You're single and you've met somebody new and they seem like they could be the one. They could be great, but you start to see some troubling signs that maybe they're not over their ex yet, and you're not sure that this is actually going to work. So in today's video, I'm going to review the 7 key signs that someone is not over their ex, and you should probably consider jumping ship before you get too much time invested in this relationship. So let's talk about it. Sign number 1, they still follow their ex's social media accounts religiously, and they're always quick to comment and react to their social posts the moment they get posted. It's as if they're obsessed with following and reacting to their ex's social media, and they react quickly to when their ex posts something on social media. They're quick to comment and like and things of that nature, and then they bring it up in conversation. Oh yeah, the other day he posted this or he posted that, and they just seem obsessed with their ex's social media activity. Sign number 2, they constantly bring up their ex in conversation, and they're often making comparisons either with you or with other people between that person and their ex. And they're always talking about places they went with their ex or things that they did. And it just seems like they don't have a life outside of their former life with their ex. And you just can't seem to get out of a conversation that doesn't eventually circle back to their ex. Sign number 3, emotional responses about their ex. Now, if you're with somebody, it's not uncommon if they bring up their ex for them to be critical of their ex, talking about things they did. Well, oh, they cheated, they did this, they lied or whatever. And if you kind of jump on that bandwagon and you start to be critical of their ex, if they get defensive about what you're saying and they begin to defend their ex, that's a really bad sign that they are still emotionally attached to their ex and they don't like it when you criticize them, even if that's what they were doing. Behavior number 4, physical remnants. When you look around their house or their apartment, are you seeing lots of mementos of them and their ex? Maybe there's a lot of pictures of their ex still around the house, or pictures of them together. Maybe they have a lot of jewelry that their ex gave them that they still wear on a regular basis. Maybe there's gifts that they're holding on to that were given to them by their ex. Now, I'm not talking about things of like real value that you can see them wanting to hold on to. I'm just talking about little trinkets and mementos and things that will naturally trigger memories of their ex every time they see that or wear that. That's what I'm talking about here. And if there's a lot of that, that's definitely a red flag. And sign number 5, communication patterns with the ex. And this is mostly going to apply if they don't have kids together, maybe they don't have a house together that they need to sell to kind of separate their finances. If they just broke up and don't really have any real reason to stay in communication, but they do, that's a red flag, especially if they get defensive if you ask them about it, or they make a lot of flimsy excuses as to why they still need to reach out to their ex. For example, I was almost dating this woman once. We didn't really date, but we kind of danced around the idea. But she was regularly in communication with her ex, who had evidently cheated on her with multiple people. And she would make excuses as to why she had to see him or talk to him. Well, you know, he's got this cat that needs to go to the vet, and he doesn't have a car. He doesn't know how to drive, so I have to drive for him and things of that nature. Like, those are excuses. You don't have to live his life for him. He's a grown man. He doesn't need your help. You want to stay connected to him for other reasons, so just admit that. Sign number 6, avoiding future plans. If they are very hesitant to make future plans with you, or if they're very vague and non-committal about them, if you've been dating for a little while, let's say at least 6 or 8 weeks, and you've not met any of their family or friends, those are kind of red flags that they're thinking about a future and you're not going to be in it. And then along those same lines, if you have agreed to be exclusively boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever genders you happen to be, but they're not willing to change that, especially on something like Facebook, it still says single on their Facebook profile, even though you've both agreed to this, that's a big red flag, because obviously there's someone or maybe multiple people that they don't want to know that they're in a relationship with you. And the real reason is, why are they afraid to share that with the world? And sign number 7, overcompensating about the breakup with their ex. If they go out of their way to constantly say, oh, Feels so good to be over my ex. I don't think about him at all. And they try too hard to prove that they've moved on. And they're constantly telling you about how they've moved on and don't have any emotional connection with him. That is a red flag, because it actually means that they're still emotionally connected to their ex. If they were truly over them and not thinking about them on a regular basis, they wouldn't be talking about him. They would be done with that topic of conversation and they will have moved on. So if they're constantly talking about them, even if it's to tell you that they're not thinking about them, that's a huge red flag. So where are you at on this journey? Are you seeing some of these signs with somebody that you're dating, and what are you doing about it? I suggest, especially if you're seeing multiple of these signs, that you at least have a deep heart-to-heart conversation with them about it, but you may just want to jump ship and cut your losses. Let me know your story down in the comments, but for now, I'll see you in the next video.